Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Software. Today I'm going to be unboxing this ARMYTEK Dobermann Pro torch set. Hey guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing, because those interactions help me get seen by the YouTube algorithms. That helps the channel grow. You want to drop by my socials, the link tree link down below will take you to all my socials, including my Discord. Stop by and say hello. You want to support the channel at the highest level, the join button down below will take you to channel memberships through YouTube. Totally optional, really appreciated. 99 a month, custom videos, more of a say in the channel, that kind of thing. So all that's out of the way. ARMYTEK contacted me and said, you know, we're a torch manufacturer. Do you want to have one of our torches and see what it's like? I am not one to turn down this sort of opportunity. I do like a good flashlight. I think even just if you're not going to use them, they look cool on the side of your kit when you're playing airsoft and things like that. So I snapped their hand off, basically. So they've sent me a little package. I had a quick peek inside. I am massively impressed at what they've sent me. So get into this. I have removed my personal, obviously, information off the front there. So inside then, we'll open this up. I did remove the sort of invoice and everything, the receipt and everything as well. So we've got a little bit of a manual about the different items and things. So we have got the Dobermann Pro is the one that we've specifically got, which is here, Dobermann Pro, and obviously that's largely in German, the included leaflet. So we'll start with this box. We have got the Dobermann Pro there. So it's 1400 lumens, it's 363 meters of throw, that's impressive, 32 hours runtime, and it's rechargeable via a magnetic USB charger and the battery which is included, and it's in a warm white color, and there is a 10-year no hassle warranty, which is pretty impressive. So we'll get into that in a second. What makes me even more excited than the fact that it's USB rechargeable and it's specifically a magnetic USB charger, which I absolutely love. That's a nice touch of convenience. They've also sent me, which makes me quite excited, the magnetic mount for the flashlight, which is quite interesting. So that's going to magnetize onto a barrel, that kind of thing, and then mount your torch into that. I am looking forward very much to trying that. And then as if that wasn't enough, they also sent me the magnetic remote switch as well. So you can get that on a rail unit of your choice and use that to control it without having to reach for the button on the back. So I am pretty damn excited for some cool little accessories going off in this little set here. So I'll get this out of the way. So again, massive thanks to ARMYTEK for sending this out to me. So because I want to build a little bit of sort of a build up in myself, let's open up the magnetic mount then. So it is just a teeny tiny little plastic mount. So we've got the two magnetic parts there. So if you are lacking any sort of barrel to attach it, rail system to attach to, you have got this magnetic then that you can just attach that onto, which I'll go and get something in a minute. Your torch clicks in the bottom and problem solved. You don't have to worry about obviously finding a rail. Now from an airsoft point of view, we are not going to generate recoil like in real steel. So those magnets, I would assume are, you know, it does show it attached on the barrel. I would assume those will take a significant amount of punishment before it coming loose. So we'll have a look at that, provided I've got something that can accept that. Let's put that to one side. Next, we've got the magnetic remote switch, which I think is a great little touch. So, ooh. All right, okay. I was expecting a single piece, but actually, let's get that out. So what we've got there, I'll get those out there. So we've got some sticky back Velcro strips, so you can attach that using Velcro to something if that is your want. Get out of the way. We've then also got what are basically rail sliders. So those going to sit on your rail for you, and then this will basically clip into that at each end, and it will sit on a rail like that for you to retain and use in a position that is suitable for you, and then that magnetizes onto the end of the torch. I am pretty excited to try that as well. So get that out of the way, and then we can get to the main event. So here is the main event. So it's saying there, telling me there that it's narrow beam of light and smooth transition between hotspot and bill. That's quite interesting. So what I have done is, it's currently daylight outside. It's currently sort of borderline summer, so it's not getting dark till late. But I have taken a little bit of a video of what it's like outside right now, so you can understand what it looks like outside. And then when it is dark, I'm going to film again, showing basically just how impressive this lights up. So I've got a bit of a user manual in there, just talking you through the basics. Just that one strip is in English, then we've got other languages in there. Get that out of the way. We've got, that is the magnetic charger, so USB-A to a magnetic charger. I love that as a nice little touch. We've got a little wrist strap in there. We've got, I'm not sure what that is yet, I will figure that out shortly. And then we've got a belt clip loop in there as well. We've got a storage pouch for it, which is Velcro closing, like a nice nylon material. And we've got the Dobermann that will go on like either around a belt clip, or possibly might even be able to get that through some molly loops if you wanted that sort of thing, and mount it via that. Now that is, I've got pretty big hands, that is pretty big and chunky on there. Now, oh, there is some charging in it. Wow, that's, so there is a close-up beam. Now let's have a look. That turned it off. Now, I'm already messing, I'm already too excited to get on with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get this charged up first, and then we're going to have a look at how well it operates and hopefully show it you in the dark. We'll get it showing on the front end of something, and we'll have a right good modge about with it. I am really, really excited to try this out. So I'll be back in a second. In the daytime, early evening, summer, this is what it looks like. That's illuminating. Reaching right down. And it is getting right to the very bottom. Softer lighting then. Nowhere near the throw or power. Full power then. Illuminating all the way down that field with ease. Just as a point of note, it does get hot. It does warn you on there about the heat build up. High intensity LED, hot surface, it does get pretty damn warm. So do sort of be careful if it's been on for more than sort of 20-30 seconds, it's going to get toasty. So I'm back, and you will have seen various little videos then of it being shone. It is impressively bright, and you know, with it being a warm light as well, it's not quite as piercing to the eye as it could be, but the throw on it is really, really impressive. It is summertime when I filmed this, so it doesn't get dark until extremely late. So sort of filmed shining it down the field at like sort of 10:30 at night in the evening, 10:30 p.m. So it wasn't quite fully black, but it was dark enough that you got the real impression of what it was doing. So the brightness is going to be more than what you need to sort of illuminate where you're going, what you're doing and things like that. So we'll just kind of talk around the accessories and everything like that, because I've been blown away by the sort of sheer build quality and things. So in terms of the USB charger, it does just nicely just snap onto the end there. And the USB just goes into any USB charger. And what you've got is some lights on the end. So basically this turned orange as soon as it sort of started charging, and it stays orange until it's charged, at which point it goes green, and then it literally just pulls back off again, and that's it, it's ready to go. In terms of the pressure switch then, again, it literally, how easy is that? Like, what a touch of class, and it's so like well engineered, like the precision's lovely. There's almost no movement, you know, about a mil of movement there at the most, but it's secure. It takes a real good tug to get that off there. It's not easily going to be caught and coming off. And then the pressure switch then, so I've got the main button there. If I just hold it, wherever I'm holding it, it's illuminating. And then if I just press the top bit, the small switch, it leaves it on or turns it off. So you've got the basic functionality you want. I often think pressure switches are missing this sort of switch, this permanent on and permanent off, because sometimes it's not always ideal to be, you know, clicking the pressure switch on and off and things like that. So that's a really nice sort of tasty output. Now, having been through all of my kit, I don't actually have anything that has a steel front end or even an exposed barrel that I can access. However, my SEMA SLR AK here does have a steel receiver. The front end is not metal at all, it's some sort of aluminium. The receiver, however, is steel. So, as you heard from that clang there, now that is not quite fully on. You know, a metal barrel would sit sort of between the two magnets. However, that really takes a good pull to get that to come off there. That is a very, very strong magnet. So if I then click that in, and it is as simple as clicking that in, clicking that on. Now, yes, that is not an ideal mounting place for a torch. It's interfering with the magwell, but that is not going to come off easily at all. And I really like that that is as difficult as it is to get rid of that. In fact, I'll leave that on a second. Now, this is not ideal, and it's not sort of exactly where I would necessarily mount it, but we are going to have a look at mounting the pressure switch on here. So what I've got then is a side that is just a straight rail. I've got a side that's got like a little notch in there, and I'm just going to slide that on from the top there. In fact, I didn't even need to do that. Oh, that's even better. So I didn't even need to do that. So I can just position that there. That's going to slide in at the bottom like that. I can then bring the bottom one in. Probably should have just, in fact, what am I doing? I'm making a mockery of this. ARMYTEK, I apologise. I am a professional, honest. So I'm just going to slide that in there. I'm going to slide that in at the bottom. I'm going to then basically literally just rubber mount. That's it. I'm done. It is really secure on there now. It's not going anywhere. I'm literally pulling and that's not going anywhere. I can then run this round. So I'll just magnetize that on. That's now in position. Now I've got that mounted up, and then I've got the ability to illuminate. Yes, it's not awful. It's awful. It's not how it should be set up. But to show you the pull across there, the reach, you know, that is extremely secure. To be fair, that's actually quite a nice place to get that pressure switch. ARMYTEK, you've sold me on that. That's a good positioning for it. That magnet is literally going nowhere without a significant effort. Now, at bare minimum airsoft, nothing's going to generate the kind of knockback, kickback that is needed to remove that. That's not going anywhere unless I come and deliberately push up and away to get those off, and that comes off quickly. That disconnects quickly. That disconnects quickly. Now, if nothing else, the quick detach element of that, to be able to just click, click, slide them together, click, that is so quick and easy. If I need to charge it, it can come off on the magnets, drop that on the top, plug that into a charging source, and my torch is back on charge, and done and finished. That is fantastically well engineered, fantastically bright. While you are using it, I will just sort of, hopefully this is correct, twist the head and it changes, and back again, and it changes it to like a sort of a much softer light, and then twist it again and lock it back down, and it goes back to its full thing. So all I did there was twist and lock, and it goes bright, twist and lock, and it goes this sort of lower powered setting, twist again and lock it out, and back to normal. And then I've pressed the power button, nice and easy. So you've got the two illumination modes there, which is what I noticed on the box. The spill out light is nowhere near as bright, as you saw from the little video clips, but just what a fantastic piece of kit. Thank you again to ARMYTEK for sending me that. So if you are in the market for some torch, I'll leave the links down below. Please do go and check out ARMYTEK, and this was the Dobermann Pro. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.